It's a classic feel-good story. Before we get to today's video, I want to take a moment to talk about Patreon. That's right, we are on Patreon now, and we have a bunch of tiers with a bunch of great rewards. You can subscribe and get things like early access to all reactions, depending on your tier, depends on which reactions you get early access to. You can vote on polls exclusive to patrons that will help determine future reaction series and more. You will get to just have various choices in terms of like getting to choose future reactions I react to, getting to choose first impressions I check out, all kinds of different rewards, and possibly more coming in the future. We're still new at this. We're still figuring things out. It's a process. It's a process. But we have multiple tiers, so whatever you would be able to donate, if you're able and willing to donate, is appreciated. It helps me out, it helps the channel out, it helps us grow. It's going to help just, standardly. It's just something new to check out. Plus, if you like getting the reactions early, that's also a plus. But it is optional. If you're unable to do it, that's completely fine. All reactions will come to YouTube just a little bit later, a week later or so. So that all being said, thank you as always so much, and let's get on with today's video. And with that being said, hey everyone, welcome to Princess of Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we are here with my blind reaction to Matilda the musical. So I grew up with the original movie adaptation of Matilda with Mara Wilson, with Danny DeVito, and so on and so forth. And I've never read the book that it's based on, the Roald Dahl book that it's based on. And I've never seen this remake. This is a musical remake that I think is actually, technically speaking, more based on a stage play. I want to say that this is that came from the movie. I think there was the book, the movie, a stage play, and then the musical movie, which is, an adaptation of the stage play version. I think. Now, I don't know who's in this one. I don't know who's going to play every character. I don't know how the music's going to be. I can say that I hope, and I don't think it's going to happen, but I hope that Mara Wilson has a cameo in it. At least. I mean, the best case scenario would be that she plays Miss Honey. Like, that would just be perfect. There would be no one better than Mara Wilson for that role. But I don't know. I don't think it's going to happen. I think that's too much wishful thinking. She might have a small cameo in this, at best, but that's the best we could possibly hope for. I definitely don't think she's going to be Miss Honey. But we'll see. But like I said, I don't know really much about this comparative to the original and all. I'm very curious to see how they handle everything, and what the music is like is going to be a big factor in this, because it is a musical. It's like the music is supposed to be to some degree good. But yeah, I always really enjoyed the movie, and with like the true story of how Mara had been like, taken in and cared for by Danny DeVito and everything, and Rhea Perlman, I believe. Because I believe she played Danny DeVito's wife in the original. The way they took care of young Mara around the time this movie was made and just after was like, it's always really inspiring. It's like they're just amazing people. And they still have a really good relationship. You know they're still in contact and really close. But I think we should check out this film, this musical adaptation, and see what we get, see what we have in store. So let's get going. Hold up just a sec. Before you click that link down in the description below to get to today's video, I want to remind you of all the awesome content we have both on this channel and the Princess of Gaming channel. Let's check it out. Welcome to the Afterthoughts. We'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So it's been quite a long time since I've seen, like I said in the reaction and everything, since I've seen the original Matilda movie with Mara Wilson and everything. And it seems like Mara Wilson, unfortunately, wasn't in this in any way, unless I somehow missed her. It doesn't seem like she had, like, a cameo or anything, which maybe there was, like, some kind of scheduling conflict or some kind of issue with that, but I mean, it was kind of like a strong hope in the first place. I wasn't necessarily expecting it. It was just something I was hoping for. But this movie was phenomenal. Like it was so good. It was just delightful. It was charming. It was witty. It was funny. It was wild. It was everything a Roald Dahl story should be. And it had, like, just amazing performances. Like, Emma Thompson as the Trunchbull is inspired. Perfect casting. But Lashana Lynch did great as Miss Honey. I can't remember the other names at the moment. Give me a second here. I still have the thing open. Alicia Weir as Matilda was great. Not quite Mara Wilson for me. Like, growing up with seeing Mara Wilson in so many movies and stuff, she was like one of those child actors who, like, shaped film, in my opinion. Like, when you think of child actors who just really hit the nail on the head every time, who perfectly encapsulated every character they played, Mara Wilson has to be the example. And it's like, Alicia Weir did a great job. She was fantastic. But I feel like, I'm trying to figure out a way to put this. I feel like the best way to put it is that she wasn't as charming as Mara Wilson was. Alicia Weir was definitely charming, but she was a little more, I don't know, it felt like serious comparatively. Mara Wilson's Matilda was more fun and whimsical and entertaining. Alicia Weir's is more like how you would almost more expect a girl her age to react to this kind of stuff. Very, very seriously and very emotionally. She has moments of, like, getting vengeance and everything, and like having bouts of, like, depressive episodes and stuff like that. And it's like it's a, despite the movie overall being very whimsical and silly, it's a very serious portrayal of the character. And I think that's what kind of, like, drew me out a little bit. And again, I'm not, like, saying Alicia Weir did a bad job. She did a phenomenal job. She was absolutely great. It's just an entirely different interpretation of the character that I just feel personally I didn't connect to as much as I did with Mara Wilson back in the original from the 90s. The parents also didn't seem as mean to me. That's another thing I felt like the original did a little better. Danny DeVito and Rhea Perlman, who played Matilda's parents in the original movie, felt meaner. And maybe it's just because of the actors, but the two actors we got here, let me see if I can find their names real quick. Oh goodness. Stephen Graham and Andrea Riseborough? Andrea Riseborough, something like that. I might be mispronouncing it, but um they did a good job, but they felt almost too nice. You know what I mean? Like the entire thing is Matilda's parents are supposed to be like mean, like bitterly mean. And they felt like more just uncaring. Like there were a couple things that they did that were on the verge of being like really mean, like when her father tore up the book and everything. But it was more like a silly scene because of the way he was failing to do it at first. It didn't really come across as heavy as it could have. Um, and honestly, I just feel like they even gave her up a little easily in the end. I feel like the way that happened felt like very cordially, you know? Maybe that's just me. But outside of those few things where like some of the characters felt a little off compared to the original, it's like overall I think it was still like really capturing this kind of whimsical spirit that really worked. The music was fantastic. The revolting children's song, easily the best of the musical. Easily. And honestly, I think that scene might be the best. Because if I'm being completely honest here, like it brought me to tears. I like I I I feel like it was just because of, it being like this big victory song. The Trunchbull was defeated, and so Bruce especially, who had been like kind of like picked on and had the entire cake scene and everything, gets to like lead the charge there. I think was actually a strong decision instead of Matilda doing it. Um because it shows that these other kids have gone through so much as well. And you get the vibe of that right when Matilda first gets here and everything and sees them like all saying it's a prison and all. But like Bruce was like a noticeable um like target for Trunchbull. And so him leading the charge, especially when he had been like holding back when they were all like doing the spelling revolution moment, it really makes it like mean something. And I feel like it was the correct decision. The visuals are great in this as well. Like there's some great set design, both for the oppressive aspects of the school and like the more like fun, colorful moments. Like the opening scene with the hospital and everything is very fun and colorful and bright. And then you see like the school is like has all these grays and browns and it's very dark and like there's jagged edges everywhere and shit. You see Miss Honey's cottage, which is basically just a shed. It literally just a shed. And it's like very homely and beautiful despite being so small and unassuming. It's like there's so many just levels to the set design that just work. Um it was just a fantastic movie. Even with the small little gripes that I have with it. It's not perfect, but I mean, very few movies are. So, um, I wanted to check real quick. I have this up on my phone. The 1996 version. I wanted to see if that the book lady was in this one. Cuz I don't remember her character offhand. Oh, also, there were FBI agents in the original, one of which was played by Paul Rubens, Pee Wee Herman. They were investigating the father. Lavender was in there. Amanda, Bruce. Okay, Mrs. Phelps was in there. She was just, I guess, a librarian. Also, the actress apparently passed away in 2000. Wow. She was she was 73. Wow. Oh, and she was the grandmother of Bryce Dallas Howard? Oh, wow, okay. Did not know that. Um there was also the cook from the school in the original who wasn't in this. Seems like there were a few characters and plot points that were taken out. Of course, those might have also just been original for the original movie. This might have been more accurate to the book. I don't know. I don't know. Again, I would have to see the movie again, the original, to like really remember too much from it. Um but yeah, it seems like there were definitely some character differences, at least to some degree. Um yeah, I think that in a lot of ways this movie was better, and I think having it be a musical was a really good choice. And there are some ways where the original movie I think was better. Um, but overall, I think both are great. I think both are absolutely wonderful movies. And like honestly, like I can't praise this enough. Even with my few issues, they're minor, all things considered. Um, I think this movie is still pretty fantastic. And so I would love to know your thoughts. I know these pre-thoughts aren't too, or these afterthoughts aren't too long, but honestly, I've said what I felt like I needed to say here. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you once again to Venom for donating for this. For now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.